What's up, everyone? Another day here in the garage, and of course I come to you with something broken. The C63 was having some issues with the power steering. It was driving fine, but one day when I was backing into the garage, I noticed like some chattering. It was just kind of like pulsating, and it kind of gave a weird sound. So did some research, found out that the filter is in the reservoir, the overflow reservoir, and you can't just change it. You have to replace the whole reservoir. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's get started and let's see what issues crop up. All right, so this was supposed to be super easy, and I already got issues. Let me show you what I got here. All right, so the reservoir, the old one, sits just like this. Now, as you can see, I did get it out, was no problem. What I did run into an issue here was there's a vacuum line that runs through here to this. That vacuum line was super brittle and getting my hands crazy black, and I'm gonna replace that. As I was pulling this reservoir off, where'd that piece go? Here it is. This broke, and now I have coolant leaking everywhere down here. So this is the thermostat, and that's where this goes. I must have just barely knocked it, because here's the clip for the reservoir. And of course you can't just replace that, that'd be too easy. So if I could have gotten that out, I was gonna just buy this piece from FCP Euro and reroute it. However, I can't. So I bought a new thermostat. Go watch that video. I'll have that posted here soon. But let's get started on this overflow. So since the thermostat is broken, let's just continue with the overflow. And what I did was I used my is it Mighty Vac, the manual suction pump, to try to pump out as much power steering fluid as I could to then replace it. So here, let me show you. I had the pump and I shoved one nozzle in here as far down as I could go and one in here. This is the bottom, this is the top, just like here, bottom and top. Okay, so I did that and barely anything came out. So I have now jacked up the car, and I am gonna get under here, find the power steering hose and disconnect it and drain it, because I got 2 liters, I believe, that came with it. Let's go check actually, because I don't want to mislead you. Yeah, so all this came from FCP Euro. Yeah, what I get, 1 liter, 2 liters. I maybe got a 1/4 liter out. So I want to do a full flush. Here's the new one. I mean, it looks beautiful. So this is the new piece. Here's the thermostat that I'm going to replace here soon. And as you can see, there's that awesome new brittle plastic piece. Hey everyone, so I'm finally under the car. I got all the belly pans off that I'm going to need to get to all the hoses. And I traced and tracked the hoses down to the power steering pump. And it's all either like pressure fitted, I think is what you would call it, pressure fitted fittings, or hard lines. I only found one area that I can loosen up both ends and drain all the fluid. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's right here, let me show you. So we're currently under the car, under the passenger side, or driver's side, sorry. And this hose here is one that comes from up there. If you trace it back, it goes right in here. You can kind of see the shaft from the steering wheel coming down to this pump. Right there, and it's all like hard fittings. This is the only fitting I could find. Otherwise it's like this type, or runs under here, comes over here, and like you just can't take these apart and it goes all the way back up. So with these lines, you can't really do too much. Here's the return line, and I can't empty it. So the only way I'm gonna do it is by here. And I'm gonna try not to remove this because getting the bolts up top here, it's just horror of a hassle. So let me try to remove this, drain out all the power steering fluid, and refill. So I got that fitting off and stuff started to drain, but hardly anything actually came out. So what I did was I got my air compressor back there, got this hose, throwing a little bit of pressure in and just kind of blowing it out of all the... Yeah, it's making a mess, but you know what? It's getting it out. So it's part of working on a car, right? This probably looks a little different, which is great. I got the new power steering reservoir put on. It's super easy. It's just a few clips on the bottom here. Let me show you. They're just pressure points. You just push down. I got the hoses hooked up with some new clamps, since the ones that came with it were one-time use, so that I left on, put that on, and put that on. Super easy. And now I'm just gonna fill it up, probably take it off the jacks down there, the ramps, and turn the wheels left and right, get the fluid in here. I hear it is self-priming, so I'll just continue watching the level, make sure I don't run it dry. And then we should be good to go. Part 2 of this video, or part 1, whichever way you're watching it, I also did the thermostat down here, so I am going to fill that up and let the fluid run in, the coolant. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please watch some of the others I have. I've been doing a lot of work to this and would greatly appreciate you guys subscribing, liking this, and leaving a comment. Hope you all have a wonderful day.